I'm so proud of myself. I put a little bit more effort into this video. Don't judge me on all those. You've seen the socks, let's talk about socks. Let me show them to you. I think they're so much fun. Now, if you're watching it, these are the price for the level 2 for my lovely members. So over here you have this join button, and you can find it when you're watching this channel on the computer next to the subscription button, and there are a few perks, and one of those, every month I create giveaways. For level 1, I knit socks with the one size that I like. It could be random, but for level 2, and these were the case, I'm showing you yarn, and you pick the yarn that I'm showing you and you tell me what kind of size you want me to knit. And the winner for May, I think, am I right? May 2021, I knit toe-up socks. So I start with the toes, I put a contrast color, and actually the contrast color I also showed in the video. So I said I'm going to put them together because they came in together. I'm going to show you what kind of yarn it is in a sec. And I knit them toe up with afterthought heel 1x1 rib with tubular bind off. You have my tutorial how I knit socks down below. I used to knit 2 at a time, now I'm knitting 1 at a time. Why I switched? Because 2 at a time you knit on longer circular knitting needles with a longer cord, and every time when you knit half of the stitches on each sock you have to turn and do it one more time. There's not so much issue that you need to work with 2 separate bowls, obviously, otherwise they're joined together. So yes, I did make mistakes like that, sometimes forgot myself, and I had to rip back to, you know, position that I can take another one. But I switched because I tried 9-inch circular knitting needles. So they're little tiny needles that you just working around, so there's no time wasting, or I don't waste time to kind of flip, and it's just in and around. And if you follow me for a while, I have this channel for now since 2015, so 2021, 6 years. Wow. Let's take a moment for that. I really liked knitting hats because they were just knitting in and around, and when I discovered 9-inch, I'm just literally switching from hats to socks, and you could see I have loads of socks patterns on this channel. So I'm knitting socks non-stop. It calms me down. It's really a mental treatment, let's say it that way. Therefore, this was such a pleasure to knit. I actually said that they may be later than earlier. Once I draw winners, I start knitting, and I'm posting that on Instagram, so the winner knows I'm not letting it go. I'm slowly, you know, progressing, or very fast progressing. I'm not sure how would we classify that. I draw on the 1st, I announced videos, I had announced video, maybe over here, check it out, on the 1st, and now is the 13th, and they're ready to be sent. I'm going to pack it today, and finger crossed I'll send them tomorrow. So not bad, isn't it? I think not bad. They're so cute. I love them so much, and especially if they're like different. The only thing what I noticed when I was waving ends, and I'm going to keep it because socks don't have to be perfect, especially when you hand knit them. So let's say this is my personal signature, in case anyone ever would want to recreate those, which are very hard, because if you want to make socks to have this dyeing technique exactly at the same spots, this is like, these socks are like one of a kind in the whole world. If you buy this yarn, you will not get the same thing. You're not going to get exactly the same effect with the same places, you know, and even ask the indie dyers, they'll tell you. So I'm going to keep another special feature over here. When I was waving an ends, it looks that this little blue thing came out, and you see this? It's here. Probably people would fix it, but I'm going to leave it because no one is perfect, and handmade stuff needs to be special. And that could be, for instance, a marking. That should be actually her left leg with this, and this should be her right. Why? Because I like to, when I'm knitting or even doing a color work socks, you have always a joint moment. So this is the one, and pity that I don't have it on the other side, but that's even special more because I don't know, it will say "ot." So this is my personal signature over here. Don't change it. I'm so thrilled and delighted. So let me show you what kind of yarn it was, or it is. I still have leftovers. And if you want to see those in skeins, well, again, go check that. Join. Level 1, I think, is like the price of a coffee per month because it's a subscription, and level 2 is like a coffee and a little cookie, I would say. So thank you so much for the members straight away for helping me out. That way I have for shipping, and to be honest, I spoiled myself and I bought 2 books. Maybe on this channel, check it out. I reviewed one book that I recommend you to get, even for beginners or even for those who would want to understand how knitting patterns are written, and for the designers maybe to write a pattern, how to do it a proper way. And because under that video is an affiliate link, I couldn't resist. I was allowed to do it too. I went on it and got 2 books. And because this is a little shop, so I can put those books at an expense because I'm creating those videos that they have affiliate links. So happy about it. So let's move on. I can't wait to record another book that I think would be the second go for someone who was just thinking about knitting. I don't want to tell you more because it's a sock video, come on. So yeah, subscribe, like, stay tuned. The next one is coming, and the other 2, hopefully I'm going to get it delivered soon, and I will be able to play with it a little bit more, because one is about color work and another one is knitting dictionary, because come on, I should have one, right? So thank you so much for supporting me that way. And also I treat it as a little bit, you know, treat, because I came back to work and I don't have that much knitting time. And if you don't have that much knitting time, you need to have a bit of a book time. Yarn, I'm sorry. So over here we have the 2 colors that I used from this brand, and this is Cloudborn. And I'm going to put a link down below if you're interested what that is. And this is 80% support fine Highland Wool, 20% polyamide. And so check it out. And this comes from Berry Basket. So the name is just over here. It says Berry Basket, and this is the main color. The other one is Lagoon. So, all right. And I still have some leftovers. So here how they look. And I actually, here how they look. So that's a nice bunch. So I may knit for, so I'll definitely, at the moment I put it away, and maybe in a while I come back to knit socks for the channel, because also if you're not a member, don't worry, every month in 2021 at least, that's what I can say, I have, I knit socks for subscribers and you can take part. So on the screen for this month and in the eye, so while you're watching it, you can kind of hover your mouse and there's the eye over here, so just press it and you can watch it and then come back to this video. Somehow you can't go to eyes once you finish the video watching, unless you pause in the little few milliseconds, and then you can have that. You have all that list of the videos that I always tell you to, that I put it in the eye, so that's that. So yeah, because I knit on the yarn, I have more, so I'll put it on the side. And this yarn I received from a friend, and it was just beautiful trio because it was 50 gram, 50 gram and 50 gram. Thank you so much for helping me to break into those. And to tell you a bit about the yarn itself, it was first experience I had. Oh yeah, so in regards to the yardage, because they came in 50 gram balls, it says 178 yards and 163 meters. My brain does not know that, so I have to have it in 100 grams portion, so you just multiply by 2. So in meters, it's 326 meters. Wow, that's thick, right? That should be thick. And I was worried that they could end up bigger than I would want them to be. You know, let's go for it. I will have a little bit looser. You know, you can have looser socks or tight socks. I like to knit socks with 2-inch negative ease for myself. So basically, I try to have circumference the way it should be, but length I do with a -1 inch, if that makes sense, 2 inches. -1 if it's a lace sock, because you don't want those lace bits to stretch too much. At least I don't want to. So we shall see. And it's very interesting to see how will it wear and tear, because it has a high twist. And normally I don't have any issues with it, but because it is Highland wool, it is like a wool, rusty wool. And I felt the difference with knitting. It was like, if you have sensitive hands, you will feel the difference knitting with Highland Wool 20%, sorry, with Highland Wool 80% at 20% nylon, than if you would have 80% wool and 20% nylon. And obviously the yarn is even softer if you have 80% merino wool and 20% nylon. So I'm just telling you that, but it is high twist. So even though because of that, I presume I knit a little bit slower than usual. I know, probably some of you are laughing, like, slower, what? I think they will wear and tear better. That doesn't make sense in my head. If something wears and tears, that's not a positive, so how we can say it's better? But I think that's, you say it in English, do you? Or it slows down the tear and wear. Maybe that way. And I really like knitting for members because we have a kind of group, and whoever won so far from members, when they put the socks on, they take a photo, they're on Instagram, they send me, and some even send me an email. So, you know, that kind of makes difference because I know that I put so much effort into them and I know they're loved and used, and yeah, so much fun. So if I ever knitted anything for you and you're watching this video, take a photo today and tag me. I need it. I need for my creative juices. Thank you. Anyway, I know you enjoy it, and I know I'm enjoying knitting them, and at least that way it's like win-win situation. I really, really like that. And another phase will be to pack it, which, by the way, in the pegs, if you remember, I do vlogs, so she will see how I'm packing her gift or prize. And then send it. Hopefully it will be sent and delivered to you. I send everything through standard post, and so far so good. I think I have one winner from a completely different continent than America and Europe, and I'm not sure has she got it yet, so finger crossed she did, because we were waiting for so long. But if you're a winner, maybe from now on, and if we want me to send through registered post, maybe you can kind of chip in for the post, and then that way you will know that you get them. Just something putting out there. Although I wouldn't want to put financial pressure on anyone, you know, from perspective of like receiving a gift, but maybe, you know, that could be an option. It's just such a big difference. So just in case, if I send these very flat in a large envelope and they're under 100 grams, it is just €3 around the world. But if it's for registered, I think it goes up to €10 or €9 now. So that's the difference. That's a difference, I'm saying. Okay, I think that's all. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next one. Bye.